All right, let's build the perfect Zacian. Hey everybody, Blaine here for Bridgeport Games. So yeah, as you heard in the cold open there, today we're going to be actually taking a look at Zacian. So this is a new series we're having on the channel where we're taking one of the most popular mons in VGC and we're looking at it to see if the way it's conventionally used is the best way or if there is room for improvement. Now, the reason I really wanted to look at Zacian to begin this series, Zacian is one of the most powerful Pokemon in VGC for a reason. It's insanely good. This got an amazing typing where it's only really weak to fighting and, fire and ground. And on top of that, it gets that amazing +1 special attack, which, when you combine it with its base special attack, actually raises it to a level that's so high, it's higher than any base attack that exists in the entire game of Pokemon. So, because of that, Zacian is just incredible, and has incredible moves and coverage also. So, I really wanted to take a look at it and see if there's any room for improvement, because 90% of the sets that you see these days are 252, 252, 4. So as we know, that's not usually the correct way to do these things. So what we're going to be doing is taking a look today and seeing if we can make any of these things better. Maybe we can make these sets, you know, stronger and more versatile for VGC, and maybe they've actually already hit the apex and this is the best that we can do. So we're going to go ahead and jump in and get started, but first I do want to let you guys know, or ask you guys rather, that if you do like this video, please give it the thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel in order to join our amazing Pokemon community, because we have videos that go up like this every single day of the week and you're not going to want to miss them. Alright, let's get started. So we have Zacian pulled up here. Now, I actually have this handy dandy little sheet here, not our damage calc, but this thing. It's actually a speed tier sheet that somebody posted on Smogon. So, if we look up Zacian, I believe it's in the 200 somethings here. Let me just go ahead and pull this up, guys. Please bear with me here. There we go. So, a positive-natured 252 Zacian with no speed boosts gets to 220. Now, we need to really see who we are outspeeding, because... So... on the one hand, you could say, like, you need all the speed to outspeed Calyrex Shadow, but most Calyrex Shadow are going to be max speed anyways, and you can't outspeed them, so I don't know what the plan is there. Our Landorus is another big one, because that's one that a lot of people are using to, you know, kind of check Zacian. So, normal Landorus is all the way down here for Incarnate at 168, so that makes me feel like we have a lot of room here to kind of develop. You know, like Whimsicott, and what in the world is Celesteela doing here? Oh, +1 and positive, okay. So because of that, I feel like there's really room to kind of develop and change this to make it a lot better and just a lot more useful, I think. There is a fruit fly in here. That is very distracting. Alright, so let's take a look. So, first up, I want to pull up our Zacian crowned here. So now, as we said, if we do go Jolly with it, and we bring it up to 252, it does get to that 220. Now, let's take a look at Landorus. So, Landorus Incarnate... hide this stupid Mercado, I don't know what that is. So the moves don't really matter for the sake of this argument here. So, if it goes Jolly, and we max it out, it is only 168. Now... I want to see, if we make this thing modest, right? And give it a scarf. Alright, so it's going to become pretty high. I want to see if we can... I'm going to go to the calc here because I can't do this in my head. Zacian crowned. Boosted breaker. I get... what in the name of God is with these EVs? Alright. I mean, it doesn't actually really matter for the purposes of this, but it was still a little alarming to see something with about 1,000 EVs on it. So we get to Landorus here. I'm just going to use the Wall Breaker set because this one's maxed out. So again, 168. If we slap a Choice Scarf on there, right now it's going to get to 252, so there's no way we can catch it. And you know, modest, it's 229, so like even if they give it a ton of speed like this, they're gonna probably be designed to outspeed Zacian as it is. So I don't really think outspeeding it is the answer. Now, I do think that we want to outspeed it if it is just like timid and then no scarf. It's 168. So do we even need, like... We don't even need any speed to be able to outspeed that, which is just insane. Well, okay. We need 4 to be able to outspeed it. Let's see what else is in the format that we need to kind of worry about here. I'm not all that worried about Eternatus because it's not going to be able to do that much to Xerneas or to Zacian anyways. I do want to be able to immediately dunk a Xerneas as soon as I see it before it gets a Geomancy off. So let's take a look at that. So Xerneas is not, I mean, it's fast, but it's not that fast. You know what I mean? So, like, we'll go Jolly. It doesn't matter. Again, we're just talking about speed here. We're not really getting into the minutia of attacks and all that good stuff. So, yeah, again, we naturally outspeed Jolly 252. It's so good, man. Zacian is such a stupid mon. I'm sorry. It really is. It's just, it's so good. It's so good. You know, there's not a lot that's catching this thing. Because, like, the fact that it jumps up to this 220 is just, like, pretty solid. And we're talking a lot of things here with +1s. You know, I get that, like... Alright, let's think about this for a second. So... let's take this in a new direction. Where does Zacian go? Alright, so if Zacian is 252 Jolly. Let's say we get hit with an Icy Wind. Oh, okay, wow, we dipped down to 146. That's pretty bad. Wow, that's rough. That's really rough. I wonder if we're... Okay, no, because we still lose the same amount. Alright, so... I was trying to think, like, is there a reason to... Like, what would we want to outspeed if we get, like, electrowebbed? Alright, so if somebody's running, like... Okay, so Incineroar can't catch us. Even if we're running, like, 0. Right? Incineroar just can't catch us at all. Like, even at -1, I mean, even if it goes something like, I don't know. Okay, if it goes 252 and we run 0 speed, it can catch us. Which I can't imagine any sane person doing that. Oh, I'm at the other end of the page here. So yeah, I, like... The speed on Zacian, like, is very interesting. Because I feel like there's certain things it's trying to outspeed, but, like, at the same time... I genuinely don't know if it needs it. Entei is certainly an option. Like, Urshifu... I mean, that could be a thing. Yeah, Incineroar under Tailwind gets up to 160. Oh, you know what? That's interesting. Let me actually take a look at that. So what about if Incineroar is in Tailwind, right? Where's the Tailwind button? 224. Yeehaw, okay. Okay, so it's actually... Okay, it has 0 speed, though. Okay, under Tailwind with 0 speed, it goes to 160. So, again, we're actually outspeeding that with, you know, just a jolly nature. We're actually outspeeding that with just Adamant, also. So, I'm kind of struggling here because I don't really see a reason for Zacian to carry so much, like, just speed. Like, I may get some hate on this in the comments, and I'm almost assuredly going to, so, I guess fire away, but, I really think that we might be able to run a bulkier sort of Zacian, or excuse me, a bulkier sort of, Zacian here, and kind of, get away with it, because I don't really think we're outspeeding all that much. And, like, if we surrender to the fact that we're not going to be able to beat, if it's a Scarf Landorus, which we're not going to really know, because so most Landorus are carrying Life Orb anyways. So you have to think, if we're going to be scarfing it, if it's scarfed, it's going to catch us off guard and we're going to get wrecked anyways. But if it's Life Orb, we should be able to kill it no problem anyways, because we're so strong. Yeah, let me actually make sure we outspeed Landorus Incarnate. We should be able to. Again, the Uber Wall Breaker, we're just looking at it for speed because it is naive. Okay, so at Adamant, we actually are outspeeding it. We are not outspeeding it. So we need 4 speed. That's nuts. I'm going to go ahead. In our Zacian here, we want it to be as strong as possible. So I'm actually going to go ahead and give it that 252 speed, or attack. And we're going to make it Adamant. And I legitimately think that this is a reasonable starting point for it. Because, like, if we look at the Mons in the format, like, I want to go to Peakalytics real quick. So, like, Incineroar, we are outspeeding it by a lot. Rillaboom by a lot. Regieleki, we're not outspeeding it anyway, so why bother? Rapid Strike, we are outspeeding it by a lot. Landorus, outspeeding by a lot. Zacian is a mirror, we're not counting that. Volcarona, outspeed by a lot. Xerneas, outspeed by a lot. Like, Kyogre, we're outspeeding it. Amoonguss, we're outspeeding it. Calyrex Shadow, we are not outspeeding it, but we probably weren't anyways, so that isn't really a fair, sort of challenge for it. Tornadus, I mean, that's not going to be able to kill us. I will make sure we can actually outspeed it, though. We should be very close. And if not, we can always add a couple more points on there. But, like, the speed, I think, is just so we can hit other Zacians. Which, I mean, does make sense because they can 2-hit each other, but that's not really a matchup you want to find yourself in to begin with. And if we can give ourselves some more bulk to kind of compensate for that, that's very interesting. I'm going to bring up Tornadus real quick. Because it is 111, so it is a little faster, Now, mind you, it's going to be under Tailwind probably 99% of the time. So it's 179. If I just click, I just want to see something. If I click Jolly here, 185, and then I don't need any. You know what? Yeah, to conserve my EV points, I'm actually just going to switch to a Jolly and keep it 252, and that'll give us the rest of it in bulk. And that'll also catch, like, for any random things where somebody might be a little faster or a little slower. Because that brings us to 184. Which is outspeeding here. Because I don't want to get caught with, like, a random, attack from that Tornadus. You never know what it's going to bring. Why the heck do I... What? Why do I have Glacial Lance on a Zacian? I don't know. Whatever, Smogon. I don't know what y'all are doing, but... More power to you. All right, so now, what does Zacian need to survive? Let's take a look at that. So, the first things that comes to mind are Landorus. We need to survive in Earth Power. And I don't know how we do that. We're going to try. So, if they go Timid, right, and they're Sheer Force Life Orb, like, let's just start by doing that. 252 does not survive. Gnarly. All right. Does 252 special defense survive? It does not. Okay, so the plan is you have to kill Landorus pretty much as soon as possible, yeah? What are some other things that I need to worry about OHKOing us? Landorus is like a known problem. It's just awful to begin with. How do we fare against Calyrex Shadow? If it is Specs. Calyrex Shadow choice specs. And Astral Barrage. Obviously, this move is really strong. In doubles, we just tank it. Look at that. I guess we'll go Modest for the sake of argument here. Wow, so we actually don't need any bulk. This is so good. Landorus Therian. EQ does not OHKO. Wow. Well, let's consult the Picolytics here. Yeah, like Landorus is really the big one. You know, that's a really pretty considerable issue. I mean, I guess I'd be interested in having it be able to survive a water spout from Kyogre. I mean, that's kind of grasping at straws, but you know. Kyogre. There we go. I mean, I guess I'll go... I'm not going to go Choice Specs. I'm going to go Mystic Water. Because, of course, I will. Okay, so Water Spout does a lot. 252 doesn't quite get me to survivability. Okay, so I'm probably going to need a mix of some special attack here. Excuse me, some special defense and HP. Let's think about this. So, what if it's not Mystic Water? No, it's going to be Mystic Water. What am I talking about? Maybe if it's like Timid. Okay, if it's Timid, I can survive with like all the investment. How bad is it when I get down to like it being Modest here? 56.3% chance to KO. Holy cow. That's pretty frustratingly good, I must say. Let's go back. Let's look at the other, you know, because we're gonna immediately murder Xerneas every time. Let's bring up other Zacian Crowned. Because I feel like this is a matchup you're going to run into a lot, right? So, can we make... Why in God's name do I have Sunseal Strike on here? Behemoth Blade. Close. Combat. Okay. And then we're not using Glacial Lance. I don't know why that's on there. So they're Adamant, and my Behemoth Bash is +2. Okay, so... I don't think even with, like, 252 defense, yeah, it's not really a significant impact here. Well, let's look at the rest of the format and see kind of what is going on here. Because, like, I can see Zacian, like... The reason I think Zacian is... interesting. So, I feel like Zacian is kind of the way Marowak used to be. Like, where's my thing there? There it is. So, you don't want to go head-to-head with it in a speed tie because you're probably going to lose. You know, it's not good. It's really quite bad. I want to take a look at Incineroar's Flare Blitz. Like, if they go max with the thing, right? So, I don't think anybody's going max with it, but it's possible, you know? So, if they go Flare Blitz, what do I need to bring to not die to it if it's Adamant? That does a lot, too. Holy cow. Okay. To not die to it... Okay, I would need quite a lot of investment in defense. I mean, it only has a 56% chance. What if it's like a neutral nature like Jolly? Okay, so I'm trying to see what extra, like, defensive stats, so just 4 on defense. You know, I think the extra bulk is really going to help Zacian kind of deal with some of the common threats that we're going to see here. So we know that we're outspeeding a lot with already that much, right? So this is enough to help it survive a couple different hits. Let me go back to that Incineroar calc. Okay, so I really need it to be 252. All right. I think I can pull a little bit off of attack, actually. Yeah, so this is a much bulkier version of Zacian, but considering, you know, the options that we have right now, I think this makes a lot of sense because we're outspeeding everything anyways. So do we really need that 252 speed, especially when you can just bring Landorus, give it a Choice Scarf, and just pop a Zacian anyways? Like, just to show you guys this calc, I mean, I'm reasonably certain here. We're not going to give it this one. We're going to go with the typical. I'm going to give it the 444, you know, sort of standard issue thing here. So we go Landorus, not Wall Breaker. We're just going to go 50 and a Choice Scarf and Modest. What the heck? Yeah, Earth Power just murders it. So you need to realize that, you know, the best answer for Zacian Crowned is not bringing your own Zacian Crowned. It's to bring a Landorus and just murder the dang thing. And it's so much that, you know, we couldn't get around it here. But I don't really see any reason to bring any speed when you're not going to be outspeeding much anyways, and there's better answers to other Zacians than that. Now, that being said, you know, let's see what moves are probably the best. So we do still KO with, you know, the Iron Head into Behemoth Blade. And Close Combat really covers the stuff that gets resisted there. You know, I've given the moves kind of a lot of look at this point, and for right now, especially considering we're using this bulkier Zacian, I really am going to recommend Substitute and Protect. And, you know, with Sub, the extra bulk that we have will help that Substitute last a little longer, which is really, really cool. And again, we're going to be moving first most of the time, so you can still get your Sub up, and you really don't have to worry all that much about, you know, things kind of nuking you out of nowhere. So that's my recommendation here is, you know, certainly consider using not the fastest Zacian in the world and consider using a bulkier one, because it shows that if you look at just the numbers, now I'm not saying, you know, that I am the smartest team builder in the world or anything like that, but if you look at the raw numbers in the format, it really does show a picture that you don't need to be that fast with Zacian to do some really serious damage. And, you know, in this format, that's something that's really easy to do. So there's the team. I'm going to go ahead and link a paste for the one mon here down in the description below. So keep an eye out for that. And if you guys do want to try this team, try this mon, excuse me, go for it. Because I really want to know if, you know, the numbers are indicative of real life here. If, you know, we are able to use kind of a much more defensively oriented and more bulky version of Zacian to really help to kind of offset some of the issues that Zacian does have. So, again, everybody, thank you all for being with me through this process. I'm very interested to try this on the ladder because, again, you know, I'm a very number-oriented guy, and, you know, I base a lot of my strategies and things based on what the data shows, and I'm very eager to see what this does on the ladder. So I'm going to go ahead and test it, and we'll keep you guys updated in a future video. So this is the first video, again, in a series where we're going to be looking at some of the most popular mons and seeing if we can update them based on, you know, the meta, the data, things like that. And if you guys like that, please make sure that you guys let me know in the comments some other mons you want me to take a look at and some other ideas you may have for Zacian here, because, you know, obviously I don't think I've cracked the code with, you know, Zacian and figured out the best optimal version. We have gotten as close as possible, but if you guys have any other ideas, please let me know down in the comments. I really appreciate it. So that being said, everybody, if you do like this video and you like what we do here on the channel, make sure you hit the thumbs up button. And again, consider subscribing to us here at the channel, because we have videos that go up like this every single day and you're not going to want to miss them. So For Bridgeport Games, I have been Blaine, and until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you around. Bye-bye.